Good afternoon. I'm Noah Kaufman, and I decided to cover Clyde Pangborn, a stunt pilot, barnstormer, and trainer of the 1920s. Clyde Pangborn was born on October 28th, 1894, in Bridgeport, Washington, though he would later move with his mother to Idaho after his parents split. Pangborn would be inspired into getting into aviation when Paul Beck, an aviation pioneer, would come into town to show off a Curtiss pusher plane. He would offer to take anyone up for $100. Pangborn would not be able to fly that day, as he got kicked out after jokingly offering to go up for free. However, the experience spurred his ambition. Upon graduating high school, Pangborn would find work as a logger, though he would study civil engineering through an extension course at his local college at the same time. After this, he would enlist in the Army, serving as a flight instructor. Whilst he did not have a particularly eventful military career, he would become well known from his students as Upside Down Pang for his bold but cool inverted flat stunts in a JN-4 Canik biplane. After the war, Pangborn would switch to stunt flying and barnstorming in an attempt to keep flying while still make money doing it. Pangborn would arrange a loan with a local banker to buy an airplane of his own. Clyde Pangborn would only be injured once, and in 1920, attempting to jump from a speeding car to a ladder hanging from his low-flying plane. He would unfortunately slip, fall, and sustain only minor injuries, such as a few cracked ribs. In 1921, Pangborn and his friend Ivan Gates would form Gates Flying Circus, with Pangborn acting as operating manager and chief pilot. They would perform internationally at a variety of air shows. Soon Pangborn would become renowned for his extreme stunts, like changing airplanes midair. He would become even more famous when, in 1924, he would rescue stuntwoman Rosalie Gordon, whose parachute had gotten tangled up in his landing gear. Unfortunately, this would not last. By the end of the 1920s, regulations concerning flying had all but choked out barnstorming. This, among other things, would lead to Ivan Gates eventually committing suicide in 1932. Pangborn himself would move on from barnstorming as a career entirely. Instead, Pangborn would seek to champion world records, and he did get one. Pangborn completed the first nonstop flight from Japan across the Pacific. Pangborn would modify his plane manually mid-flight, getting out on the wing to remove the landing gear, reducing the plane's lift, and allowing it to complete the journey with a belly land at his destination. After this world record, Pangborn would spend World War II assisting the British with their fight against Nazi Germany. Purposely, he would violate neutrality laws in the US, shuttling American pilots to Canada from there, allowing them to join the Royal Air Force as the famed Eagle Squadron. After America joined the war, Pangborn would serve as a test pilot. Clyde Pangborn would die on March 29th, 1958, amassing more than 24,000 flying hours. He was buried with military honors at the Arlington National Cemetery and in East Wenatchee. The Clyde Pangborn Memorial Airport is named in his honor. These are my references. For one, I have the history link article on Pangborn. It's fairly comprehensive, gives a nice rundown as to basically his entire life. Then we also have the Wenatchee, which covered more of his experiences as a pilot, especially when concerning stunt flying. Then this book. We also have Upside Down Pangborn, which is a really nice read. Kind of a semi-biography about covering his entire life, mainly his stunts, though. And that's really all I have for you today. Have a good day.